Today we will be making a vision board. I'll give some information about vision boards in the description, but mainly a vision board is a tool to help you stay on track with your goals and really to bring them to life. Every day you look at your vision board with great intentions. What you think about, you bring about. And so, I want to show you how I make vision boards. Everyone can do it in a different way. Some people may simply draw their ideas. I like to use magazines and art supplies. But like I said, the most important thing is that your ideas are represented. So the supplies I'm going to use, like I mentioned, I've got a stack of magazines here. I found some old art supplies in the garage. I've got Prismacolor pencils, some pastels. I also found some crayons. I found glue sticks. Found a whole lot of paint. Just use what you have. It's not so much about the medium as it is about the intention behind it. So the way I get started is I think about goals or plans that I've set for myself, and then I write those down to use as a guide to help me. So what I've written are 4 goals that I've got. I'd like to take 1 large vacation per year. I'd like to get in the best shape of my life. In the next 5 years, we hope to build a home. And I'd like to have my online store up and running in the next 30 days. So these are 4 goals that I've set for myself on some construction paper, and I put it to the side to use as an outline. Now, if you simply want to draw and color your vision board, this may be the time to do that. You could write vacation, business, get in shape, etc. But I like to use lots of different tools. So I've already cut a few pieces of info from the magazines just to show you an example. This is a woman on vacation in Bali. Here's another vacation picture. A woman floating in an ocean. This one says Rome. And then one that says travel. So you get the idea that I'm selecting pictures that really express the theme of my idea. And it only has to make sense to you. You don't have to worry about anyone else's idea. only yours, because this is a vision board just for your intention. Now, we're going to cut out some more pictures from magazines. But first I'm going to set a background for my vision board. And what I've chosen to do, and I've done this in several different ways because vision boards work so well for me that I have made many of them. But for this one, I'm going to take this sponge and I'm going to get a little paint. May select a shade. Really, I may do more than one shade just to make it colorful. Sometimes I like to frame my vision board and hang it, and in that case, if you plan to frame and hang it, you should choose a color palette that goes well with your decor. So, I think I might do maybe a little red. This is regular acrylic paint. And let's see, here's another little sponge I may use. And another color. I like that purple. Okay. Let's see. And then I'm going to take my sponge, dip it in. Just going to tap, 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 tap it. Grab a bit more here. Don't worry about the coverage being even. It doesn't need to be. Anywhere you make a mistake, you can cover it. Sponge, grab some of this lilac color, okay, I'll go back to my red and I'm going to use a different section of the sponge to get a different textured pattern. Another option is to cut the sponge to get a different angle, a little bit of a cross section there. sponge there. I'm happy with this, so I'm going to stop with the paint. Be sure to wash your sponges out, but for now we're going to keep moving. I'm going to put it to the side to dry for just a moment. While it's drying, we're going to look for more magazine cutouts. Airbnb Mag is where I found the cutouts I showed you for my travel. I'm also going to look at O Magazine. So, right away I see excellence. Now that might not have any meaning for you, but for me, I think of it in terms of my business and my online store. And when I look at the vision board, I will see excellent. When I look at my vision board, I'll see the word excellence, and it will hold meaning for me to excel in business. So definitely cut that one out. Excellence. Now, as I'm cutting these, I'm setting them in 4 separate piles for my 4 separate intentions. Now, you may do it a different way. You may like for yours to be all mixed. Okay, so beautiful. Live your best life. I think that would be a really good quote to have on my vision board. It's kind of a mantra or just a general theme of the board. things will pop out at you and will resonate with you, while someone else may see something completely different. I think that the word queen, for obvious reasons, would be a great visual representation of my online store. So for that reason, I think I'll get that out. Perfect. Sometimes your vision board may include things that you'd like to acquire, may include monetary gain or items that you'd like to purchase in the future. You can be as specific or as general as you please. Feeling good. Now I think that's appropriate for getting into shape, because one of my main motivations for getting into shape is so that I will feel better, have more energy, and so I think this is a great representation of that, feeling good. Okay, so I like this picture of a woman doing paddleboard yoga. I could never do paddleboard yoga, but I could do regular yoga. So I think this will be a good image for my get into shape area of my vision board. Okay. It's like in town and country. So I'm going to use some of these jewels, as my online store has lots of jewelry. I'm going to use these jewelry pieces as a representation of the jewelry pieces in my online store. So HGTV magazine. Whenever we build our home, I do plan to decorate the entire thing, floor to ceiling. So there's lots of inspiration in a magazine such as this one. Now that's nice. A washer and dryer. My husband and I were actually looking at some similar ones the other day. I think that needs to go under my new home section. I think I'll cut this one out because not only does it have a gorgeous living room area here, but right beneath it, it says, "Turn your dreams into reality," and that is a perfect message for this vision board. It's to take an idea in your head and look at it and concentrate and focus every day to turn that into a reality. So, I've got a few more magazines here, but I don't know if we necessarily need them. Because we've got quite a few cutouts. And I think we're ready to begin. Putting together all of our elements to create our vision board. So our paint from earlier has dried now. I'm going to begin arranging my cutouts. Now you can trim yours to be perfectly neat or in the shape that you choose. In my situation, I'm going to leave it rough just as it is. This one, if you remember, is in relationship to me building a home for my 5-year plan. And so I'm going to place it right here. I've got a glue stick. That I'm going to use. And I'll take mine. Place some glue. Okay, now press it like so. And this one, it's also a representation of the Build-A-Home plan. So let's clear this one down. There's good. This is the jewelry that represents my online store. Place some glue. Once again, press it down. For this piece as well. Social network. This represents my business and how I need to be more involved in social media. picture represents help in getting into shape. I'm going to place it this corner here. Also, these plates of food also represent this. If you'd like yours more neat, you can trim your picture to be a perfect circle. This one says travel. I'm going to put travel here. Of course, Queen for Queen of Serene, which represents my online presence once again. Right here. It's perfect. Now, this picture represents travel. Use lots of glue so that it sticks really well. The good thing about glue sticks is they are very inexpensive. This that says Rome. Remember, excellence. It's okay if your pictures overlap. Actually adds a bit of texture. Here's another travel photo. under feeling good, put that with the health section here. Right there. Perfect. Now the theme of the entire board is live your best life. So since that mantra seems to sum up the entire thing, we're going to place it right in the center at the top. So we've got all of our magazine cutouts placed on our board. Now we're going to decorate it just a bit. Sometimes I'll write sayings, but I think in this case we've got plenty of words on our board. We don't need any more words. So I may draw instead. I think I'll draw maybe some polka dots. But honestly, you can draw whatever comes to mind, whatever feels natural. You can also draw something that relates to the themes on your board. The main purpose is to add more layers and add more texture. So it can be something simple, like I'm doing here, or it can be elaborate drawings or painting or whatever you are talented with. Let's see. I think I may use Prismacolor. Maybe I want to place intention into each of these, and so maybe I will put some hidden words here. How will I do that? I think I'm going to write it on one of these post-it notes that I want to build a home. I want to expand online store. I want to travel, take one big trip per year. And I want to get into excellent shape. So, I've got my intentions here. Everything that I want for this vision board. And I'll place it here in the center. Give it lots of good energy. And as you're placing it, just think about what your intention is and what good things you're going to do. Now that it's placed there, we're going to cover over it. I think that I will use some acrylic paint to cover it. Maybe this pink that's very close to the same shade as the actual post-it note. Got a little bit of the paint there, as you can see. Now, take my sponge from earlier. Now you're welcome to leave the letters where you can see them. But I like to sort of bury it. That way it's kind of embedded into the picture itself. Pink wasn't quite covering it, so let's get a little red. You can also do this with art journals. You can write and pour your heart out, get all your feelings out, and then cover over it, where only you know the intention and you know what is on the paper. Because after all, this is strictly for you and you only. That's why there's so much freedom in the creation, because it's really all about your life and plans that you've set for yourself. So okay, so I've covered the words where there can't be red. Now I'm going to use an adhesive. You can use Mod Podge. This is Mod Podge with sparkle. You know, I think what I'll do is take some of this colored masking tape. It's just a rainbow color. Found it in the garage. And get a little bit of it. A little snippet of it. Try one more time here. There we go. Now, I'm gonna just curl right here. Again. You don't have to place tape, you can just cover over it with the adhesive. There are really hundreds of ways that you could cover it. The point is to embed it into your vision board. Okay, so now I've got my intention set. Shake up my adhesive. Remember, this is the Mod Podge, the sparkle version. It also comes in a matte version and then just a little bit shinier of a version. And I will take this brush. I'm just taking a paintbrush, it's kind of stiff. I'm going to get some of this sparkly Mod Podge, and it goes on a milky white with a kind of a glitter. And it dries clear, and all that remains is the glitter. but also it sticks and holds whatever you place there. So it will act as a really nice adhesive, and at the same time it will give a pretty finish to it. So I think I'm going to outline these letters, and then I think we'll pop some glitter. Even though there's a little sparkle already in the Mod Podge, I think it would be nice to add a little bit thicker glitter. And I've got some purple crafting glitter, some turquoise, and then this one's sky blue. Found it in an old box. I think we should probably use the turquoise for this one. It's got a shaker on the top, kind of similar to a salt shaker. Let's see. Okay, I think I've found the opening. I think what we're going to do is unscrew it. There we go. And I will use this colored pencil to dip a bit of it. I don't want to use the shaker itself because I'm having a hard time with it, and I don't want to make a huge mess. Now, some mess is to be expected with this, but it's worth it because it adds such a nice texture to your design. Now, once I feel that I've got a fair amount, I'll go ahead and stop there. Then I'm going to just simply move it a little bit. I think most of us did this maybe in first grade, right? Or something similar. Okay, I'm going to dump this. And there you have it. And the good thing is, if it gets glitter on other areas, it actually doesn't make a huge difference. It actually makes it kind of nice. It's kind of a welcome texture on your board. Remember that these boards should have numerous textures and designs, and don't try so hard for perfection. Instead, try to make it varied and different on each little section. So there you have our finished product. Now this is a very simplified, very easy version. You can really add a lot more detail and really go all out with it. This is just a basic understanding of a vision board. And again, you can frame this and hang it up. You can just simply hang it as is, put it somewhere where you can look at it as a reminder of your intentions and your plans for your future. These are good to update every now and then, and always hold on to your old versions of these, because you will look back on them and you will realize how many of these intentions you've actually accomplished and actually gained in life. So it serves as a perfect reminder that we make our own choices in life and we make our destiny. We create our own lives. So I hope this was helpful for you. I hope that it helps you relax. If nothing else, maybe it bored you to sleep, and that's okay too. I'll see you guys next time.